Lady Liberty overlooks the New York Harbor on this Memorial Day weekend. A matchup between two tri-state area foes squaring off for the first time ever as Red Bull New York 2 welcomes CT United on this unseasonably cool day in Montclair, New Jersey. Hi, everybody. John Gross with you on this Sunday evening, getting you set for this matchup. Again, the first ever meeting between two local opponents. Red Bull New York 2, they've looked like one of the best in the league so far at 7-1-2 on the campaign, sitting at 23 points. Meanwhile, CT United winless in 6 straight matches, sitting at just 2-6-1. Let's dive into the starting 11. First for the home side, led by first-year head man Dominic Wohlert. Again, 7-1-2 on the season. We start at the back. Aiden Stokes making his second straight start, making his 6th overall appearance on the season. Couple of names to know for them. Paul Sokolov scored a goal last time out, just 16 years of age in the midfield, but a really key piece for them. And then also in the midfield, the captain, Nate Worth, 2 goals and 3 assists on the season. One player not available, their leading goal scorer, Rolf Mitchell, who was with the first team yesterday in the 2-1 win for Red Bulls over Sporting Kansas City in an MLS match. Meanwhile, they take on a CT United side that is one of 3 independent teams in MLS Next Pro, so not affiliated to an MLS parent club. This is a look at the starting 11 for head coach Shavar Thomas's side, the former Jamaican international. Gunther Rankenberg, who missed about a month and a half with an injury, returns to goal, making his 3rd straight start of the season. A couple of names to know for them. Lucas Kamrath leads this team defensively, first-year professional. Ibrahim Kasule getting the start, as is Steven Serwada. Both of those guys are players for Red Bull New York 2 on loan with CT United. So facing their parent club today, that will certainly be interesting to watch. Two teams in different parts of the Eastern Conference standings. Red Bulls 2 enters today sitting in 2nd place of the Eastern Conference, just 4 points back of 1st place Crown Legacy. Meanwhile, CT United, this first-year club, sitting in 14th place of the East, 3 spots back from the bottom. Red Bulls 2 in the black kits, CT United in the purples. As we await the whistle from Ladi Isaki. 56 degrees, overcast, rainy in Montclair, New Jersey, but we are underway. It does not feel like the typical Memorial Day weekend weather-wise here in the Garden State, but it's the elements we have been dealt today. First ever meeting between Red Bulls 2 and CT United. Happy to have you with us on this Sunday evening as we march towards the finish line of a busy week in MLS Next Pro. Ball one away. Here is Benny Rodriguez. CT United on the heels of a 2-0 loss against Toronto 2. It's a match in which Shavar Thomas's side controlled much of the outing. +6 in terms of shots, had 6 shots on target, also had 7 corner kicks. But it has been that inability to finish off chances, that lack of an end product that has marred this CT United side, which is winless in its last 6, 0-5-1 over these last 6 matches, having been outscored 11-3 over this difficult run of form. That's one away, high up the pitch, which is exactly what Red Bulls 2 wants to do. Nate Worth, the captain, rolls ahead. And no trouble for Gunther Rankenberg. Shavar Thomas said with this recent difficult run of form, his team has to be better in both boxes. A chance to do that early as it's brought in by Tani. And he's angled over the byline for a goal kick. Meanwhile, Red Bulls 2 trying to bounce back after their first loss of the season. on the heels of a tough one against the arch rival, Hudson River Derby, MLS Next Pro edition, a 3-2 loss against NYCFC 2, as this ball is hit well to Rodriguez. Leaves it over for Worth. Well read by Steven Serwada, facing his parent club today. Here is the aforementioned Serwada, as Worth reclaims it. Sokolov, who scored last match, one of 5 goals that was scored in the second half of that match. A 3-2 win by NYCFC 2 over Red Bulls 2. But despite the loss, Dominic Wohlert said he was very proud of how his team responded. They conceded 3 goals pretty early on in the second half. A lot of times teams in that situation will just call it quits, but his team battled back, drew within 1 with 8 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Had a couple of chances to level things, but could not find the equalizer and fell 3-2. But you will certainly take your first loss of this season coming 10 matches into the campaign. And that is what happened for this Red Bull New York 2 side. Reigning champions of MLS Next Pro, looking to be the first team to ever repeat, and they've early on in the season certainly looked like a team that will contend for that crown. And a goal kick in the way for Gunther Rankenberg. Rankenberg playing his first season in MLS Next Pro after 3 years with Greenville Triumph of USL League One. Was the full-time starter last season for Triumph after splitting time the year before that and seeing limited action in his first season down in South Carolina. Here is Serwada, rolls ahead for Paixão. This Red Bull side that is so dangerous on the attack, one of the top goal-scoring teams in this league. Third in Next Pro with 24 goals in the season. As it's played ahead, Tani gave chase to it, it could not get there. This ball played through, and Kamarath able to collect it. And a goal kick on the way for Rankenberg. CT United, in its first season as a club, one of 3 independent teams in MLS Next Pro alongside Carolina Core and Chattanooga. The CT United team, they do have an academy program with some youth teams, so really trying to build something special up in Connecticut. Here's Kasule facing his parent club in Red Bulls 2. He was a key piece of last year's title run. And he, alongside Serwada, who's in possession right now, loaned out to CT United, facing their parent club today. Part of a good chunk of connections between these two organizations. The CT United organization, top to bottom, chock full of people with Red Bulls ties. Assistant coach Daniel Gutierrez was an assistant coach for last year's Red Bulls 2 title-winning squad. Sporting director Dennis Hamlet spent 8 years with the Red Bulls organization as an assistant coach and then as the sporting director. Of course, the 2 players, Kasule and Serwada, on loan. So Shavar Thomas said, yes, it definitely helps to have that knowledge of what they want to do, how they want to play on some of their players. But he said at the end of the day, it is just football. It comes down to who wants it more, who can execute. Paixão couldn't win it initially. Kasule nearly had the second ball, but it's recovered by Devin Cadigan. Cadigan, the 17-year-old in the Red Bulls Academy. Kasule so strong on the ball as he lifts it long. Paixão is offside. Paixão, the number 9 from Brazil. Some very impressive experience. Previously played with Brazilian side Vasco da Gama. 4 appearances with the first team as well. Came through their academy. Was also loaned out to the Ukrainian first division for a bit of time. It's something we've seen a lot of in the last couple of decades. Brazilian players making their way to Ukraine. Shakhtar Donetsk really leading the way in that capacity, and Paixão continuing that trend. Oh, it's a hard tackle, and a whistle comes in from Ladi Isaki as Javar Stevenson rises back to his feet. Andre Applewhite. Sokolov leaves it wide. There's Dennis Yangor. Spent the last 2 seasons with the first team. 52 MLS appearances for Dennis Yangor. You won't find many players in this league with more appearances than that at the MLS level. Here's Serwada. Lifts ahead towards Paixão. Serwada nods on. No trouble for Gunther Rankenberg. Oh, good touch. Applewhite drives ahead. Paixão, one more. Broken up initially, and it is corralled by Cutter Philo. Free kick on the way for Dominic Waller's side. First-year head coach for this club, though he's very familiar with this organization after spending the last 4 seasons with the Red Bull first team as an assistant coach. Has some impressive coaching experience, though this is his first head coaching job overall. Of course, the 4 years in MLS with Red Bull New York. Also coached in his native Germany with Hertha Berlin. Still trying to work their way back into the Bundesliga first division. But he said he took a lot from the many coaches that he's worked for in the past as it's played ahead. It's a lovely ball. Tani's in behind. Barnabas Tani turned away. Aiden Stokes called into action. And that has been the struggle for CT United this season. Getting into the box, not necessarily an issue, but can this team be clinical? That's been the struggle. They lead the league in most big chances missed, does CT United. They're 4th in the league in big chances created. A golden opportunity right there comes up empty. Bit of space to work with. Sokolov's feed cut away. Here's Devin Cadigan. Yangor. Whistle comes in as Dylan Lacey is down. Another one of those people who has a Red Bull connection. He spent some time in the Red Bull Academy before making his way to the Philadelphia Union Academy. New York City native Dylan Lacey. Cadigan. Sirwada. Paixão rolled ahead. Here's Tani, who was denied just moments ago. Barnabas Tani cuts inside. Certainly not how he was looking to hit that ball. Throw it on the way. This portion of the match is brought to you by Sports Illustrated Tickets. Here's Joyo Masanka Bungi, the Belgian youth international on loan from Red Bull Leipzig. That's a poor giveaway. Paixão surges as he plays it through. A mad dash forward is won by Tani. No Philo able to tap it out for a throw. Good recovery by the future St. John's University men's soccer player. It is sent out by Robbie Mora, first-year pro for CT United. A lot of guys on the CT United team just wrapped up their college careers. Mora, one of them, spent the last 4 years at Gonzaga, where he was an all-conference player. That's the recipe for a lot of these three independent clubs in CT United, Chattanooga, Carolina Core, going with those recent college graduates. So they typically are on the older side by average age for MLS Next Pro standards. A little bit more experience, a little bit more physical perhaps as well. Amar Sanchez under some duress. Paixão takes it away. Kasule now. Sirwada opens things wide for Rickson Van Hees. And Van Hees gives it away. Though he does tap it back ahead. Lacey has space to serve this in, does just that. And he overcooked it. That ball came right into the face of Kasule, and he's down. Then we have to stop play here. They will. Kasule took the ball directly to the face. And any sort of contact to the head or neck area will warrant that instant check from the medical team. And this is the last thing either one of these teams wants to see, given that Kasule currently plays for CT United on loan from Red Bulls 2. The 22-year-old has had an impressive Red Bulls 2 career with 30 goals, 13 assists, and 67 appearances. And we'll take a look at what happened. Watch him, middle of your screen, just takes this ball to the face. Ooh. And he's going through concussion testing right now. Kasule, 2 goals this season, tied for the CT United lead. And Kasule, after requiring the medical attention, will have to make his way off the pitch. So we'll certainly monitor that for his return, and we get back to it. Sanka Bungi. Here's Philo. Just about 20 minutes through in this first 45, the inaugural meeting between these tri-state area opponents. 2 teams, very different parts of the Eastern Conference table. The reigning champions, Red Bulls 2, sitting in 2nd place. Just 1 loss through the first 10 matches of the season. Meanwhile, the first-year club, CT United, sitting in 14th place of the East, winless in the last 6 matches. And Kasule back out there, and he's on it right here. A lovely bit of skill to stay in possession. Lacey nearly connected in the 1-2. Taken away, though, and Lacey's down. Nelic forced the turnover, and Lacey is still down. Yengor. It's been a fairly evenly played match. I'd perhaps even say CT United has looked the better side. They've been able to create a couple of chances. Of course, the one by Tani, the most threatening moment from either team so far. And that's encouraging to see for CT United, having to come on the road, albeit not all too long of a trip, and facing one of the premier sides in this league. Despite the recent run of form, winless in the last 6, had the chance to speak with Shavar Thomas, the head coach of this side, their sporting director Dennis Hamlet, a handful of the players as well, and there was still a sense of optimism. They felt things were moving in a proper direction, that there were moments in matches where They look solid, just have to be better in the boxes. We've seen that so far today with a missed opportunity early. Benny Rodriguez tried to link up centrally, couldn't do so. Here, Jimenez takes it away. Here is Jimenez. One-touch feed, brought in by Worth, who rolls it just wide. The captain almost bagged his third of the season, but it was not meant to be. This ball pinballs nicely to Worth and rolls just wide. Nate Worth, the Chester, New Jersey native, product of the Red Bull New York Academy, though he did leave this organization for a bit, spent a couple of years in the USL Championship before returning last year. The captain of this team, and for good reason. Here he is. Dominic Wohlert said he keeps everyone accountable. The players trust him. A guy who has a huge impact on this group, and it's been great to see his development from last season to this year. That's taken away. Played ahead towards Kasule with Stokes well off his line. Sokolov goes down and wins a free kick. Red Bull's free kick past the midway point of this first 45. That is lifted in. Rankenberg punches away off his line, but it's chipped wide. There was a window for Paul Sokolov to work with, but he is unable to score. He did score last match, his second goal of this season. Part of that near comeback by Red Bull New York 2. One more look at it. Rankenberg able to punch it away, but then he's caught in no man's land. Paixão needs the charge as he takes a spill. It is waved off by Lottie Isaki, our match referee. Serwada. He takes a spill as well. Rodriguez dances through traffic. Benny Rodriguez, how'd he stay on it? He goes down. Sokolov recovers. It's given away. But a brilliant moment from Benny Rodriguez as it's played ahead towards Paixão. Stokes able to retreat back in the keeper box. Paixão plays it through. It's brought in momentarily, but a heavy touch by Tani. And no trouble for Stokes. CT United have to be somewhat pleased with how they've played so far. They've been the more dangerous team. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Rodriguez. Cadigan. Cadigan once more. Serwada had a toe on it initially. And a late whistle comes in. Will be a free kick for the visitors. This match kicks off a 4-match road swing for CT United, but then they head back home for 8 consecutive matches. Currently winless in Connecticut. They've played at a couple of different venues so far this season. Meanwhile, they are finding some success on the road. 2-3 on the road this year. For their first time playing against Red Bulls 2. And for reference, those upcoming home matches for CT United at Reese Stadium in New Haven, Connecticut at Yale University. Tani. Mora. Lacey. Taps ahead. And a bit much for Rickson Van Hees to get to. We've seen just 4 combined shots in this match. Only 1 shot on target. That Barnabas Tani moment earlier this half, where he was 1v1 with Aiden Stokes. Stokes made a fine play at it. Stokes, somebody who signed a first-team deal with Red Bull New York back in 2023, but since then has only played with the second team. Yangor. Mora read that well. Paixão leads the counter. Numbers of 3-on-3 here as it's rolled ahead. Tani collects. Tani has space. Tani scores. This time he would not be denied. Barnabas Tani put CT United in front. A textbook counter. What a through ball this was. Tani, after being denied last time in a similar situation, this time wisely takes that extra dribble out wide to avoid Stokes and calmly connects for his 2nd goal of the season. And the striker makes it 1-0. CT United looking to pull off the upset here in Montclair, New Jersey. So Barnabas Tani, who did not play last match, but he's been a starter for the majority of this season for CT United. A team that has been looking for answers in that attacking third. Who can step up and finish off those chances? Tani was denied earlier as Kasule goes down and Nate Worth is shown a yellow. But the mark of a high-level goal scorer is somebody who's able to miss opportunities and then when another chance comes, finish it off. As you look back at the replay in that booking. So Nate Worth shown yellow just past the 30-minute mark of this first 45. Here is Tani. Serwada, now Mora. Kasule. Sirwada. Paixão. A heavy touch. Oh, the counter press does well to win it back. Mora, crafty play to knock it off of Jimenez. Tani. Paixão is offside. This portion of the match is brought to you by Hospital for Special Surgery. Tani the takeaway. He's been very active in this press. Blasted long towards Tani, who races under it. One goal already for him. Barnabas Tani leaves it back for Paixão, who's turned away by Stokes. Nearly a second for CT United. The visitors finding a boatload of opportunities in this first 45. Good decision by Tani to be patient, wait for Paixão making that run behind him. This could very easily be a 3-0 scoreline in favor of CT United. It has been a strong performance by this team over the first 34 minutes. And they're doing this against the #2 team in the Eastern Conference. That is dangerously given away. Jimenez leaves it central, space and time, but it's right at Rankenberg. Benny Rodriguez could have taken an extra touch or two. Let's take one more look at it. Instead, he one-times it. That is routine for Gunther Rankenberg. Yangor. Final 10 minutes of this first 45. Shavar Thomas side in front. They have to be ecstatic with how they've played so far. I guess the only shortcomings have been not scoring more goals. Again, this very easily could be 3-0. Take a look at the shots. It's been pretty even. But CT United has been efficient putting them on frame. 3 shots on target out of their 4 shots overall. One of those shots finding the back of the net. The other 2 were really good scoring opportunities. That's played ahead with space. Knotted on and out for a goal kick. Shavar Thomas and company barking out instructions from the touchline. Thomas, the inaugural head coach in club history. A native of Jamaica who played for the Reggae Boys. Previously head coach of a couple of sides, Turks and Caicos national team and Portsmouth United. As it's laid off, a beautiful ball. Applewhite is denied. Another impressive build by CT United. Shavar Thomas did say there have been stretches where this team has played some strong soccer. This has to be up there with the best we've seen from CT United this season. 37 minutes through. This team is clicking in all cylinders. Red Bull New York has to find itself. Another ball won by this C2 United midfield. That has, to me, been the big difference. The midfield battle has been dominated by the visitors. The Stokes is off his line. A bit of an uncomfortable spot as he just launches long. We've also seen C2 United be very comfortable playing direct. They've been able to find Tani in behind a couple of times. There is Paixão. One more touch, rolled ahead. It's Kasule, but he's offside. It's another moment where they test this high back line of Red Bull New York. Worth. Great tackle by Robbie Mora, but it is settled by Jimenez, who plays it back. Rodriguez connects with Nelic. That's wide. One of the better moments we've seen from Red Bulls 2. One more look at it. A couple of the earlier chances, though, felt a bit rushed for Red Bulls New York, for Red Bulls 2. That one, Nelic able to take that touch, settle down a bit, then let it fly. Paixão. Just not on the same page with Barnabas Tani. Philo, unable to connect. Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time of this first half. And the 30th minute goal by Barnabas Tani is the difference. His second goal of this season, assisted by Paixão, and he nearly had a chance to break free once more. But Sanchez meets it. It's given away. Angor sent it rank to CT United. And here comes Lacey, who pings it ahead. Stokes, again off his line, but able to comfortably collect. Here's Yangor. Has Akers to work with. And he wins a throw. Dennis Yangor spent the last 2 seasons with the Red Bull New York first team. 52 appearances at the MLS level, 5 goals and an assist, but he has not played with the first team this year. Dominic Waller did say, look, it's never easy to find yourself not being with the first team like he is. They've known each other the last couple of years. Coach Waller, an assistant coach with the first team, so they had a prior relationship, and he did say it took Dennis a little bit to adjust, to get his mindset right, to kind of accept the situation and take it from there. But he said the last month and a half, he's been really proud of how he's handled this situation. And Waller said that Yangor is a leader for this team, which is good to see. Somebody who can show these younger players the ropes. A guy who has a lot of MLS experience, playing with a bunch of players who want MLS experience, as Tani puts it in. It's his second. Barnabas Tani, a first half to remember, and it's 2-0 CT United. Another ball won in the midfield. A beautiful touch by Tani. He takes care of the rest. A clinical finish. And Barnabas Tani has a first half brace against one of the top sides in this league. I don't know how many people outside of CT United's dressing room had this on their bingo card. 2-0 in the first half. And suddenly Red Bulls 2 finds itself in a precarious situation, though this team just one match ago found itself in an even worse spot, down 3-0 in the second half. So still a lot of time left to respond, but how does this team respond? They have really struggled today in all facets. They are down a couple of notable players, most notably Roald Mitchell, once again without the team. He's been with the first team for the last 3 first-team fixtures. And that is one of the challenges of this league, maintaining consistency over the course of the season for these affiliated teams, because you have so much roster fluctuation, guys moving up and down, and then your academy players who you rely on for the first chunk of the season, they go and play college soccer in the back half of the season. So it is difficult to be consistent. Meanwhile, the independent teams like CT United, they have their roster. That roster is pretty set. The doorstep of stoppage time, initial indications suggest 3 minutes of added time. Red Bulls 2 searching for something late in this first half. First a whistle from Ladi Isaki. So 3 minutes of added time as we wind down to this first half. It's a pretty low delivery. It's kneed away, but lifted right back in, and Rankenberg cradles it. Quickly launches long. Bit of space to carry. Switch attempt unsuccessful. Kasule. Lacey is looking for Paixão, who never made the run. Final 90 or so seconds of first half stoppage time as Benny Rodriguez wins a throw. Jimenez plays it back. Worth right at Rankenberg. Let's take one more look at it. Check that. As it's launched long by Rankenberg. Paixão. That's out for a throw. Let's take a look back at that last opportunity for Nate Worth, which he sent directly at Gunther Rankenberg. Perfectly positioned was the goalkeeper. Cadigan. Broken up well. Nelic taps ahead. Jimenez angles it across. Sent away clear. Here's Tani, who has a first-half brace. Is there time for one last build? Yes, there is, as it's launched ahead. And that will do it for the first 45. A 2-0 lead for CT United, and a well-deserved 2-0 lead at that. They are outplaying one of the premier sides in MLS Next Pro. Or scored the break, CT United 2, Red Bull New York 2-0. Coming up, our halftime show, we go back to the Northeast. Another player pathway success story, plus highlights and stats after this brief timeout.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
2-0 the score at the break. CT United leads Red Bull New York 2. New England homegrown Peyton Miller is another success story in the MLS Next Pro ranks. Let's revisit his story in this feature.
A lot of upside, a huge ceiling for this young kid.
You're going to like him a lot. His name is Peyton Miller. This is great stuff again. Oh my goodness.
Force away through here. Ball to the back post. It's awkward and it's thrust in towards goal.
From Unionville, Connecticut to stepping on the field in Major League Soccer, Peyton Miller's journey is just getting started.
I'm from Connecticut. I grew up in Unionville. Growing up, I trained a lot with my dad. My dad is mostly the reason for where I am today. When I was like 7, I won a championship for my travel team with my dad as a coach, and I kind of just fell in love with it from there.
As Peyton began to excel as a player, he began receiving attention from multiple clubs.
I started at FSAFC, and then I wanted to excel my game a little bit more, so then I went to Oakwood. And then from there, we played teams like New England Revolution, Philadelphia Union, and then the Revs reached out, and it was my childhood dream to play for the Revs, so it was kind of an easy decision for me to make to come here.
When I arrived at the Revs as a new employee, the staff was telling me about a young man named Peyton Miller. And so right away I went and did as much research as I could, and when I watched him play one time, it was like, wow, this kid is special. Just the way he moved, the way he was working with the ball, the way he looked around naturally. I knew, as well as others knew, this kid had something inherently in him that we wanted to be around.
Dreams don't come without sacrifice. At just 13, Peyton had to leave his family and friends behind to pursue soccer full-time.
It was hard not being able to be with my parents and not being able to see friends, but it was the sacrifices that I had to make to live this dream. And before that, a year earlier, my parents had to drive 2 hours every single day from Connecticut to Foxborough just so that I can make training, and I'm very grateful for that.
Moving into the Academy's residency program gave Peyton access to top-level training and gave him a platform to continue growing.
And our world structure is everything, because players they're learning so much. There's academics, there's social development, there's physical development, there's goals, there's outside pressures already, there's social media. So what we need to do is we need to provide structure to allow these players to chase their dreams, but chase their dreams with guidelines and helpful. And then when they need a little something extra, we're there for them to help them navigate whatever's in front of them.
By 15, Peyton's hard work paid off. He signed a homegrown contract with the Revolution, and he made his professional debut with Revolution 2 in 2023.
It was against Atlanta. I had a couple good chances, good balls for an assist or a goal maybe. That should have happened, but I was very nervous in the beginning, but as soon as the whistle blew, it kind of just all went away, and all I could feel was just like the adrenaline rush.
Playing against older and stronger players forced Peyton to adapt quickly.
I didn't want the guys like babying me because I was young. I wanted them to tell me how it really was, and they really understood that, and like they weren't afraid to yell at me if I did something wrong, and that's what helped me get to the next level.
His performances that season with Revs 2 opened the door to an opportunity with the first team.
At the end of our season with the second team, they gave me the chance to come train with the first team, and then a little bit previous of that, that's when I signed my homegrown contract. So that was a very big step. You know, the speed of play was crazy when I got to the first team, but I got used to it for a little bit. And then that's when the off season hit. And then that's when I really started to like train. And I came back for the preseason and I was ready for it.
Soon after came the moment he'd been dreaming of since childhood. His MLS debut at just 16 years old, making him the second youngest player in club history to make his debut.
Another interesting debut here. Obviously all the talk about Kevin Sullivan, but Peyton Miller will make his MLS debut, the 16-year-old from Unionville, Connecticut.
My parents made the trip to Philly so they could see me play. And I kind of knew before the game that like this might be the game that I come in, because they told me that week that I'll probably get in that game. But I was nervous stepping to the line, but Caleb just said to me, like, have fun. This is what you love to do. Just go out there and be a kid. And that's what I did. As soon as I stepped on the field, everything just went away and it was just me on the ball.
For Peyton and his family, it was a moment of pride.
They were all excited. You know, I got a lot of texts from everyone, Instagram stories, all that type of stuff. Everyone just saying that they're proud of me. It was kind of just like a full circle moment, being able to represent the badge and represent my family, my friends, and knowing that all the hard work that I put in, the sacrifices that my parents made, paid off.
4 days later, Peyton would make his full MLS debut against FC Dallas.
Okay, here's Miller. Goal. Bobby Wood! Courtesy of the 16-year-old Miller. The Revs to the lead.
Peyton hasn't just made waves at the club level. He's also become a mainstay in the U.S. Youth National Team setup, earning call-ups from the U15s through the U23s. He featured in all 4 matches at the 2023 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and later represented the United States at the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup as one of the youngest players on the roster.
As a staff, when Peyton debuted with the 17s and went on, we all have these Slack channels and his pictures coming up from different players snapping the TV going, there's our friend, there's our teammate, there's our guy, and then other coaches. It was really endearing just to be together. It was because we were actually on the road for a game as an academy staff, and that was amazing. And then to see the whole transformation of where he goes and what he's done, we couldn't be more proud.
Peyton hopes his story can be a blueprint for success for the next generation of Revolution players.
It means a lot to me, you know, like to have younger kids look up to me, and some kids will come up to me and ask me like, what'd you do to get where you're at? And I kind of just tell them like it takes sacrifice and effort, and you just have to be willing to put in the work. But there's a lot of kids that come up to me, and I always tell them like, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Like, I was once where you're at, like don't be afraid.
MLS recently agreed to a deal that will see global investment firm KKR make a quote-unquote strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will certainly hear more about this in the coming seasons. Busy weekend wrapping up in MLS Next Pro. Let's take a look back at some of the scores leading up to today, Friday night. Good one out west between Tacoma and Ventura County. Austin running away with things against Sporting Kansas City. And then yesterday, the shootout win by San Jose over North Texas, two of the better teams in the West. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for the upcoming match week. And 2 matches Friday, Toronto FC 2 versus Union 2, Real Monarchs and Sporting KC. And then we start a jam-packed Saturday with 5 matches as well. So it should be a fun couple of days in MLS Next Pro as we march towards June. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. And we start things off with Barnabas Tani. He was denied there as Aiden Stokes came off his line. But remember his name because he would come up big a little while later. There's a chance for Nate Worth, one of 2 good opportunities that he's had. This time, Tani, the sidestep, and he rolls it in. Able to shake off that initial miss and find the back of the net. And it's Tani again. Lays it back by Show, erased by Stokes. Tani would have another try, goes back post, and he sneaks it in. Has to diving Aiden Stokes to make it 2-0 at the break. We'll step aside. Second half coming up in a moment. CT United looking for its first win ever against Red Bulls 2 in its first ever match against Red Bulls 2. They're looking to pull off the upset. 45 minutes coming up next.
hear sentiment. Flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still sticking ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best. Can rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions. Trying to figure out what's down. Don't worry about what next. Just know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
We are set for half number 2 in the inaugural meeting between CT United and Red Bulls 2 on this chilly Sunday evening in Montclair, New Jersey. John Gross with you. Well, this has been one of the more shocking halves that we've seen this season in this league. CT United, near the bottom of the Eastern Conference table, a 2-goal edge against a Red Bull side sitting in second place of the East. No changes for either manager at the break. And we'll see what's in store for this second half. First half saw Barnabas Tani bag a brace for the visitors as it's rolled in, swept away. Mora, Lacey, heavy touch on the turn. Here come the Red Bulls. Benny Rodriguez is down. Free kick on the way. CT United winless in its last 6 matches, though there have been moments where this team has controlled matches. You could even look back to last match against Toronto. Lost 2-0, but statistically at the edge in a lot of categories. Just unable to finish late when it came to approaching the area. They've missed the most big chances in this league, but today they've buried those opportunities. Philo gives it away. Taken right back by Dylan Lacey. Lacey rolls ahead. Tani brings it in. Tani shoved off the ball. CT United looking for the whistle. Dennis Yengor applying that challenge. As it's rolled ahead. Here's Yengor. Worth gives it away. Javar Stevenson on the takeaway, and if it looks like Stevenson is towering above everybody else, you see him on the left side of your screen, that's because he is. 6'7" center back. First-year pro out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, who played his college soccer in his home state at Loyola University, Maryland. You look at the statistics in that first half. CT United, 6 shots, 5 shots on target. Meanwhile, Red Bulls 2, 5 shots, but just 2 on frame. That's been the difference. Cadigan swings it over for Yengor. Yengor links up with Jimenez. Corner on the way. First corner kick in the match for either team. CT United player down. And it is Javar Stevenson. Good to see him back on his feet. First corner of the match for either team as it's pinged in. On a hop, Nelic wins a corner. This will be just the second corner of the match. And the thing is, we have not seen either team with a whole lot of possession, at least in terms of long spells of possession in the attacking third. It's been quick moments, especially for CT United. They've relied a lot on counterattacks. It's played in. Headed right back where it came from. Philo. Worth. Took a deflection. Stays with Red Bulls 2. And that ball hit the head of Mora, who is shaken up. Worth. Jimenez. Yangor. Great read by Mora. As it's blasted ahead, Stokes well off his line, took a deflection. There's an open net as it's lifted ahead. And it'll die down, out for a goal kick. Stokes came well off his line. We've seen him a couple of times do that. They push him really high up the pitch with how high this back line plays. And that has opened some things up at the back. Rodriguez. Worth. One more feed. This is promising as it's tapped and buried. Dennis Yangor. His third of the season. And some extracurriculars inside the goal. One more look at it. Beautiful connections in the final third. Worth defeat in the unselfish little knockoff by Nelic. And Dennis Yangor has his third goal of this season. You look back to his 2 years playing in MLS with the Red Bulls first team, not known as a goal scorer per se, just 5 goals, 1 assist in his 52 appearances. But he has been pretty dominant at the next pro level, as you would expect for a first team guy like Yangor. 3 goals, 3 assists this season. Also the 3rd assist of the season for Dennis Nelic. And Red Bulls 2 right back in it. The yellow card shown to Mihir Jimenez and Gunther Rankenberg. So Jimenez shown yellow for Red Bulls 2. Gunther Rankenberg booked for CT United. So a 1-goal edge now for CT United, trying to end a 6-match winless streak. Meanwhile, Red Bulls 2 trying to bounce back after suffering a first defeat of the season against NYCFC 2 last match. They found themselves in a hole in that match, but they conceded 3 goals early on in the second half, fell behind 3-0 before scoring twice, got within a goal with 8 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, could not level things. This a much easier hole to dig out of with still 36 minutes plus remaining and only down by 1 goal. A bunch that showed its resilient capabilities last match. And now CT United trying to hang on and in a position that it hasn't been in a little bit, preserving a lead. Ball in from Dylan Lacey. Serwada skies it. And a whistle. This portion of the match is brought to you by Sports Illustrated Tickets. Serwada unable to finish off the challenge. He's down. And Rodriguez goes after Stevenson. Denny Rodriguez, the culprit. Steven Serwada, great to see him back on his feet, facing his parent club today. He's on loan from Red Bull New York 2. Joined the Red Bull New York organization back in 2021. 65 matches for the second team, 4 goals and 3 assists. Also has 3 MLS appearances as it's lifted ahead for Tani. 2 goals already, and he puts it in. But the flag was raised. Wave it off, no goal, no hat trick for Barnabas Tani. But that has been the MO today for CT United, putting those balls in behind against this high back line of Red Bulls 2. Nelic, his header popped away. Throw in coming for Dennis Yangor. Philo. Rodriguez. Cross blocked. And heads out for a corner. Third corner kick of this match for Red Bulls 2. Initially looked like we might see a short corner, but it is in fact sent into the 18. And skied clear by Barnabas Tani. Philo. Back heel makes its way through. Cadigan gives it away. Paixão for Lacey. That stayed in play. Cadigan, it's a fluttering ball ahead. And Rankenberg is on it. At one of the more direct moments that we've seen today from Red Bulls 2. nearing the hour mark in the inaugural match between these tri-state area opponents. There was a 2-0 lead at halftime for CT United. Red Bulls 2 cutting the deficit as Rodriguez tries to battle through 2. And Serwada says, I don't think so. Paixão rolls ahead. Tani is met by Yangor. Serwada heads on. Paixão went after the second ball. They say it's clean as Lacey. Barrels on, rolls for Paixão, has options, but the flag is raised. Joyu Masanka Bungi back on his feet. 19-year-old on loan from Red Bull Leipzig in Germany. Multiple years in their youth system. It is one thing that we do see with these Red Bull clubs worldwide. All sister clubs, so there is a bit of player sharing between the groups. And Masanka Bungi, one of those players. He has made 2 MLS appearances this season as well. And here he is. And we will see our first change of the match. Daniel Dipolito makes his way on, replaces Paixão. Dipolito, the first-year pro, making his 9th appearance of the season. 8th time as a substitute. Former Fordham University star, where he was the Atlantic 10 Midfielder of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year last season. Had 25 goals, 19 assists in his college career for the Rams. That's just out of the reach of Kasule. Rodriguez dances. Rodriguez has it knocked off of him by Lacey. And a throw for the home side. MSU Soccer Park, the site of this match at Montclair State University in Montclair, New Jersey. A chilly day, temperatures in the 50s. Typically in New Jersey, Memorial Day weekend means you're headed down the shore. You're going to the beach. Not this weekend. Uncharacteristically cool temperatures for this time of the year. As Kasule needs the charge. They played advantage initially, but then a whistle comes in. Will we see a card? We will not, but it will be a CT United free kick.
We need you to get connected earlier. You cannot find the diagonal pass inside. That's your job.
Van Hees wins a corner. First corner kick of the match for CT United. And a change for Red Bulls too. Marco Marighi makes his way on. Places Dennis Nelic. Corner kick from Dylan Lacey. First of the night for the visitors. In a threatening area, but it is cleared away. Serwada. Mora wide. Lacey sprays it in. Corner coming. And there's the change. Nelic exits. And it's Marco Marighi who heads on. Just the second appearance of the season for Marighi. Has only played 8 minutes this year. Lacey comes out to Serwada, heads down. Skied out for a throw. Stays with CT United. Imar Sanchez is down. Actually, they will whistle a foul inside the 18. So Ladi Isaki will bring it back to Aiden Stokes, and he will get us going again. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Applewhite skies away. Dipolito heads over for Tani, who has scored both goals today for CT United. Tani can't connect. It's played long for Lacey and just out of his reach. Dylan Lacey, the former Red Bulls Academy member. Part of this fairly large contingent of CT United personnel with Red Bull New York ties. He was in the Red Bull Academy. Daniel Gutierrez, assistant coach for CT United, was last year part of the Red Bulls 2 coaching staff, winning a championship with this team. Sporting director Dennis Hamlet spent 8 years with the Red Bulls organization, as that heads out for a goal kick. And then, of course, the two players, Ibrahim Kasule and Steven Serwada, on loan from Red Bulls 2, now with CT United this season. And that duo is at a great connection to the pitch this season and in previous years with Red Bulls 2, both hailing from Uganda and both with experience on the Ugandan national team. Felo. That ball broken up. Applewhite now carries into space. Applewhite, you can see the idea, was looking for Tani. Mora. Kasule. Yangor beats into the spot. Good recovery by Yangor after he gave it away. Kasule. Here is Kasule again. A low ball, easily disposed of, though it's kept by Mora. Swings it over for Lacey. Lacey has space. Oh, a Lacey, lovely touch. What a save by Stokes. Here come Red Bulls 2. Dylan Lacey almost made it 3-1. But the kick saved by Stokes, keeping it a 1-goal scoreline. Cadigan. Nate Worth. Yangor pings it in. Worth, space. Worth gets rid of it. Saved by Rankenberg on the doorstep. He brings it in. Turning away the Sokolov shot. Both teams with high quality chances in these last couple of moments as we enter the final 20 minutes plus stoppage time. We will see a change, but first to look back, Lacey, what a lovely touch that was. And Stokes able to get his left shin on it to keep it out. And then on the ensuing Red Bulls possession, Sokolov turned away, thought he'd have a shot at the follow, but Rankenberg quickly springs into action. Cadigan. Felo. Sanchez gives it away. Very exposed at the back. Here comes Tani. Tani with 2 goals already. Tani has options. Tapped away. Masanka Bungie saving a golden goal scoring opportunity for CT United. A chance to potentially put this one away. It's a 3-on-2. Stokes in a precarious situation as well. If that ball gets beyond Joyo Masanka Bungie, that's a goal. It's rolled ahead. Here comes Marigi, one of the second half substitutes. Serwada, brilliant slide tackle. Such a skilled ball winner in this midfield. Lacey brings it down. Lovely first touch. Lacey taps for Tipolito. Lacey's down. And there is a yellow card. Connor Philo shown yellow. And here's his booking. Here's the change. Benjamin Rodriguez comes off, replaced by Amar Modelo, member of the Panama national team, who joined the club on loan ahead of last season from Panamanian side Independiente. Dylan Lacey, who just won this free kick, is the one who stands over it. Lacey curls it in. Mora jockeys for it. Mora. It's an errant cross and a goal kick. This portion of the match is brought to you by Hospital for Special Surgery. That ball had some weird spin on it. Brought in by Masanka Bungie. Here's Joao Masanka-Bungi, who just moments ago with that goal-scoring moment. His name does mean happy in French, so his team's certainly happy with the play that he made. As it's tapped towards Worth. Given right back. Cadigan. Free kick awarded. Final 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Nate Worth will drive this ahead, the captain of this team. Red Bulls 2 looking for the leveler. Worth floats it in. It's brought down by Yangor. Skies it across. Cadigan back for Worth. Yangor, who scored the goal for Red Bulls 2 back in the 52nd. Yangor again. And Yangor wins a throw. Cadigan. Serwata beats him there initially. Serwata wincing in pain. We play on. Jimenez leaves it for Cadigan. Serwata simply kicks it out as he goes down again. It will be a throw for CT United. CT United will make a change. Alex Monis will replace Ibrahim Kasule. Well, this had to have been a unique experience for Kasule facing his parent club, and we actually do see in some leagues around the world that that's not allowed, but is allowed here in MLS Next Pro. And Kasule puts in 77 minutes against his parent club. Alex Monis replaces him, somebody with 3 MLS appearances for Chicago Fire. He's now marking Neymar Modelo. Cadigan. Free kick awarded. And a yellow card comes out. Javar Stevenson flashed yellow. We saw a free kick a couple minutes ago from this general area. This one is a little bit closer. This is within striking distance. Does Worth dare to let this one fly in frame? Or does he try to distribute like he did last time? Here's Worth. Nate Worth curls it, headed away. Yangor skies it central. Right back to Worth. Yangor. Tees up across. Sokolov. His ball blocked by Lacey. Stays here with Red Bulls 2. Worth. Hanging ball. Headed. Yangor settles. Yangor rolls central. Mariki had a toe on it. Simply a goal kick other way. Well, Marco Marighi does not have a lot of game action under his belt. This is just his second appearance of this season. He only played 8 minutes entering today, and he's unable to settle and strike. And here come a couple of changes for Dominic Wallert's side. Sekou Kone enters, his 5th appearance of the season. So Kane on, as is Malik Odeyinka. As it's brought in by Tani. Tani lost it. Mona's got a toe on it. Tani races after it. It's knocked away. Stays in the area. Lacey has space. Lacey rolls it across. Tani just missed it. Barnabas Tani just inches away from a hat trick and putting this one on ice. So still life for Red Bull New York 2. Somehow, some way, we've seen multiple chances with CT United on the brink of putting home a 3rd goal and likely putting this thing out of reach. Instead, Shavar Thomas's side still has to grind this one out as they try to snap a 6-match winless streak. Here's Lacey. Let's check it out. This is just how close they came on multiple chances. Monas initially came off the deflection from the Stokes toe. And then Lacey, this was the golden chance. Lacey right over to Tani. If he angled it a little bit less, that's a surefire 3rd. And likely would have secured 3 points. Cadigan. Sanchez. Here's Modelo. Odeyinka fights through traffic. Rolled away. Serwada wins it. And clearly contact as the whistle comes in. And a lightning fast restart. Applewhite dispossessed. Here comes Yangor. Yangor playing a little bit further up the pitch now. Looks like Red Bulls 2 have gone to 3 at the back. Odeyinka stays on it. His ball deflected. And Rankenberg will waste some time here. Rankenberg's ball. Keeper to keeper. Kone wins the free kick. Cadigan links up with Asanka Bungi. Odeyinka, his cross sent away by Stevenson. A Red Bulls 2 team that is amongst the league leaders in goals. Now 25 in the season. They're averaging about 2.5 per match. They've been kept in check so far, but still time to find that leveler. As CT United tries to hang on to this one, led 2-0 at the break, conceded back in the 52nd minute. They've had chances to score at least a third goal as CT United, but has not materialized as of yet. And at this point, a third goal for Shavar Thomas' side would almost certainly put this one on ice. Yangor. Marigi pops it across. Rankenberg bobbled it. Ball still loose, and Stevenson clears. Modelo. Back for Sanchez. Worth. Asanka Bungie rolls for Worth. Can he get there in time? He can. Serwada read it like a book and blasts away. This is what this match will be like for the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. A lot of Red Bulls 2 possession in and around the attacking third as CT United packs it in defensively and Red Bulls 2 extend numbers forward. Odeinka. Masanka Bungie blasts it across. All the way over to Marigi. Modelo drives it in. Odeinka could not settle. And a goal kick coming. And CT United will make a change. Laurie Goddard makes his way on as he replaces Barnabas Tani. A night to remember for the Hungarian striker. 2 goals for Tani as it stands right now, the 2 winning goals for CT United. And he's replaced by Laurie Goddard, the striker who has started most of these matches this season. His 9th overall appearance, just his 2nd time coming on as a substitute. Imposing figure atop this formation, and he gets active right there as he rolls ahead. It's Monas, 1v1, Monas dragged down. They play on. Stabbed ahead for Lacey. Lacey taps it as it's played back to Stokes. Serwada. Lacey. Every second that CT United has it, a second closer to victory without having to defend. We'll see how long they can keep it for. Monas, options. Monas, central Monas. Clipped out of possession. Yangor. Worth is met, and a whistle comes in. That is taken away. Goddard rolls. Monas into space. Monas dragged down. Clear whistle. The question is, what card will it be? It will be a yellow. Let's take one more look at it. And here's the ball to Monas. Where is he dragged down? Well, CT United expecting a penalty kick. That was very close to the edge of the 18. And Red Bulls 2 pleading that was outside of the area. A big decision of the way from Ladi Isaki. But it will be a penalty kick. And it's Alex Monas who steps to the spot. 2 goals this season. Aiden Stokes has had some heroic saves tonight to keep his team within 1 goal. Does he have one more monster moment as he awaits the boot from Monas? On the brink of stoppage time, Alex Monas can seal things in New Jersey. Monas delivers. Breathing room for CT United. And 3 points within sight. This is the foul that led to the PK. Tough to tell exactly from that angle, but Monas steps up. Stokes guessed incorrectly, and Alex Monas, the substitute who drew that foul, steps to the spot and calmly sinks it. And now, just minutes away from this 6-match winless streak coming to an end against a local opponent. Four minutes of added time. CT United trying to hang on and pull off what would be one of the more shocking results in the league all season. Rankenberg launches long. It's tracked down by Dipolito. Rolls to Godard. Godard goes down. No whistle. And now a whistle comes in. Final 2 minutes of added time. Worth taps it ahead. One more touch, but into the gloves of Gunther Rankenberg. Godard. Shavar Thomas, head coach of the CT United side, has said that this club is building something special. It's not just about football. It's about the community, the state, and bringing people together. But a lot of it is about football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, and getting results. And this is shaping up to be a statement result for CT United. On the road against the defending champions, the second place team in the Eastern Conference this season as well. CT United will escape with 3 critical points nearly added to the goal tally as well. Oreinka. Possibly the final moment here for Red Bulls 2. It's all academic at this point. As it's sent away, the CT United side, which won 2 of the first 3 matches in club history, but winless since March 15th. Waiting for the whistle. And a free kick and a yellow card. Lacey shown yellow. It's played short. Cadigan. That deflects out. Goal kick on the way. So the 4 minutes of stoppage time already gone by. We'll see how much more time there is from Ladi Isaki. And there is the final whistle. It is a statement result. A night that shows that this club belongs. 3 points for CT United as they take down the reigning champions on the road. And our man of the match was an easy decision. Presented by Adidas, Barnabas Tani. 2 goals. He entered today with 1 goal, leaves today with 2 more. Now the team leader with 3 goals in the season, joint with Alex Monis, who added the PK goal. But Tani, a stellar performance, a couple of clinical finishes, something that this CT United team had struggled to do during the 6-match winless streak. Again, they had led the league in the most big chances missed, but they did not miss those big chances today. 3 goals for CT United as they down the 2nd place team in the East and the defending champions. A statement result here in Montclair, New Jersey. Huge thanks to all of you for joining us today for our entire fantastic MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm John Gross saying so long. Once again, our final score, CT United 3, Red Bull New York 2-1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.